Referee this evening is Sean Hampstead. About to blow time on. We have it. St George running from the left-hand side of your screen to the right-hand side. Canberra will defend the southern end of Bruce Stadium. Anthony Brand gets the first hit up. Back in the side after missing Monday night's loss against South Sydney with a medial ligament strain. That was suffered here at Bruce Stadium against Brisbane. It comes to Wiki across the 30-metre line. Colin Ward there defending in the headgear, playing in jumper 8 tonight for St George, coming into the side in replacement of Craig Smith, who was suspended, as we said, during the week. That knee incident last week against Canterbury. A good kick. Oh, and then Patton was flattened. A great tackle by Brandon Pearson, and the Raiders will get a chance early on.
Well, the kid did very good to get to the ball, Laurie Daly, knowing that Patton was right on the left-hand side. He covers the ground, but he knows there's Pearson looking. Well, there you go. Get that in here at the start of the game. And good work there by Nagus to let the ball go over the sideline, knowing that his team had the feed to the scrum.
It's a beautifully weighted kick. Really put some pressure on the fullback. Now McClendon has a bit of trouble from the scrum base, but he hands it off to Pearson, who had gone from the left-hand side of the field to the right-hand side with that scrum. 20 metres in from this western touchline. Wiki takes it forward. Just 15 metres out from the Dragons line. Corvo takes it to the line and spins, looking for an offload. No runners were there for him. Wolford now. McClendon. Daly, a flat pass back on the inside. It found Wiki. No call from Hampstead. Kennedy gets it away to McClendon. Wrapped up as he takes it towards the post. One tackle left for the Raiders. Daly it is. Another crossfield bomb coming up. Pressure here for both Blacklock and McGregor. Oh, Blacklock dropped it. Pearson has pounced, and I think you'll find he scored the opening try.
I think he has too. Great work by Laurie Daly over here on the right-hand side of the field. Kicks back left. You'll see the St George player, Illawarra players, all deep. There he is. Mullins gets taken out there by Paul McGregor. I reckon this is play on. That is a try to Pearson. No problems with that whatsoever. So you can see Mullins get taken out by McGregor. Blacklock drops the ball and Pearson just comes up with the drop ball.
The only problem may be with Pearson perhaps being in front of Laurie Daly when the kick came through, and he was within 10 metres of Blacklock, but it doesn't matter. The video referee, Ian Parnaby, says that is 4 points to the Raiders.
Well, what a way to celebrate your 100th game in first grade. Brandon Pearson just happens to be Johnny on the spot, steals it like a thief in the night, and that's the first of the match.
Great start for Canberra, and St George can ill afford to give the Raiders, St George Illawarra, correct me. They can ill afford to give the Raiders that sort of start here at Bruce Stadium. David Furner, difficult conversion attempt. There you see a 65% success rate over his career. Swathed in bandages as always. He struck this one pretty crisply, but it always out to the right-hand side. Just over 6 minutes gone at Bruce Stadium. The Raiders in front, 4-0 over the Dragons. Bartram, no way through for him, and he will play it on the last tackle. Brown gives it back to Barrett. He will go to the air. Some pressure for McClendon standing underneath it for the Raiders. Oh, now in turn, Daly has dropped one, and I think the Dragons have hit back.
Well, I think Laurie Daly is the man, as the referee is indicating there, that he has been held up over the try line. I think the shot right from behind. We'll see whether he's scored the try. Great kick by Barrett. Plenty of pressure, everyone going up for the ball. There's Laurie getting his hands on the ball. And passing, Sean Timmins is the man, but does he get it down? I don't think he does. That is not a try. Great work, Laurie Daly, along with Vanacola. Ah, what a tackle. Tremendous stuff.
Wolford gives it away to Daly, this time at first receiver. So he kicks for the corner. Blacklock going back into his own in goal. A good chase from Pearson, but Blacklock ran straight past him, ran past 3 or 4 more. He's in the open space. Oh, the pass was intended for Barrett, and now a chance for Canberra on the counter.
Unbelievable stuff there. That ball is stuck to Barrett. He was going to run 60 or 70 metres to score the try. Now as Ruben Wiki goes forward for the Canberra side.
Just 12 metres out from the Dragons line. McClendon to Daly, turns it back on the inside for Furner. Well wrapped up by Tracy, coming across in cover. Croker at dummy half. Daly again at first receiver. Steps off the left. Trying to look for the flop back as it comes to Woolford. He didn't get the clean pass. Croker again at dummy half. McClendon has options. Gives it to Kennedy, who was wrapped up strongly by Barrett. And he loses the ball and the Dragons will come up with it. And now Hampstead is going to rule a double knock on. It will be a St George Lucent feed. Woolford this time running. He just can sense the moment out there for the Raiders, and he picks up valuable metres for them in every game he plays. McClendon away to Furner. Short ball for Kennedy into half a space. Oh, he's dropped it now. It's been dived on by one of the Dragons, so a chance yet again for Canberra when they've let them off the hook once more.
A very good tackle there by Nathan Brown on Kennedy. Did a great. What about this ball there? Terrific ball there in the hole there. You just watch here. He just loses the ball there with McGregor and grabbing at the ball. It's one-on-one. Let's play on. We're just really waiting for one side to take control of the game. If they hold it for 2 sets of 6 or at least one, they're going to start scoring points.
Here's Pearson. Woolford. Oh, great ball from Pearson. One arm to Mundine, trying to step through tacklers. He got it going once again. Patton it was who was lurking in the middle of the ruck there. Great play for the Dragons as they take it to within 30 metres of the Canberra line. Here's Mundine. He had to swivel. Gave it off to Barrett, playing outside him now. Chip and chase from Sean Timmins, and a great take by Mullins.
What a great take. He's only had one game of football since coming back from injury, but what a tremendous effort. You see the trip over the top there by Timmins, and he comes from nowhere. That is tremendous work there by Mullins.
Let's see if they can organise some sort of pattern here with the tackles they have left. Timmins from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Couple of metres out. Barrett gives it off to Brown. The Raiders up very quickly there. Ward. One more chance for them. Brown gives it off to Barrett. Rubbering once again. This one you'll find is a little bit too heavy, and the Canberra Raiders, their defence close to their own line has been terrific.
Yeah, it has been terrific. Once again, I must say that they're not really looking. They're trying to get another set of 6 against the Canberra Raiders all the time, but there might be an option there where they can actually run it on the last tackle. South did it last week, ran it there, put them under pressure.
Woolford gives it off to David Wesley.
And going back to what you said there, Russell, comes with confidence, doesn't it? When you've lost 2 games in a row, where you're just trying to get a win, so you get some sort of confidence back into your own game.
Daly turning it back on the inside, and they'll play it still a couple of metres on their own side of halfway. McClendon running. He went straight past everybody. Just Patton to beat. He has some support. He gives it back to Rod Mabon. They'll score under the post.
Oh, that's a great try, the little halfback. He goes to the line, holds the ball out, gets off Mackay, which is a pretty hard feat to do, and then look inside. Here they come. There's a couple of blokes there lining up. I was a little bit dubious about that pass, but Roddy Mabon, if there's a man going to be backing up to score a try, it'll be him.
Well, this is something Canberra's needed since Ricky Stewart left. Someone to take the ball to the line, and this doesn't tell McClendon to do it more often. All support here. Great pass inside. Mabon, no one in front of him. It's a stroll in the park.
I think Big Todd Payton thought he was going to receive the ball there and maybe go for his first try and run 15 metres. But look at the young bloke. To get rid of Brad Mackay there, then to change the ball in the opposite hand, that was great work. The slowest run down, he knew he had men coming up on the inside, and those two, well, Rob Mabon is the lucky man here tonight to score the try underneath the post.
And now Brandon Pearson with David Furner off the field when that try was scored will have the conversion attempt from almost in front. Well, it is directly in front, and even though he hooked it a little bit, he gets the extra points. And Canberra doing it nicely now at Bruce Stadium. 32 minutes gone. They lead the Dragons 10-0. Thompson will play it on the 20. Comes back to Pearson. Good defence in there again from Kennedy and Woolford also. Barrett gives it off to Mundine. Cutout ball away to Timmins. Daly was there with Mullins, who's back on the field, so perhaps just a breather for the Canberra fullback. Barrett, all harried by the Canberra defence, was looking for the kick. Now there's some pressure down the left-hand side. Mundine flings it back in with the left arm. No flag from the touch judge, Tony Danks. Oh, there's trouble here. Here comes Patton to pick it up.
He's offside.
And Lightvoll is offside. Chris Lightvoll offside. Really, he had no option but to dive on the ball. Otherwise, the Raiders were going to score. What a piece of play from the Dragons. And now Canberra keep it going with a quick tap. Daly takes it to the line, gives it back to Wesley. He tracks across field, trying to get the arms free. Oh, Mabon was there looking for his second. What a wasted chance for the Raiders. Oh, and now Wishart is taken high. It's all happening.
It was a great couple of minutes, but I tell you what, there was plenty of pressure put on Luke Patton in that kicking department when the whole St George side had gone. Look, they're trying to get back there, and Lightvoll, you can see him just there on the right-hand side of the screen. Mundine's trying to get him out of trouble. The ball comes back inside from Ainscough. Then it's all hands on deck. Lightvoll's going, well, I better start running because I'm in all sorts of trouble here, and that's the only thing the kid could do. Get on that ball and get away the points. As now,
here's the Dragons away down the left-hand side. Exactly, Gary Freeman. Ainscough gets a ball back to Brad Mackay. He gets another one back, taken by Darren Tracy. They've got them stretched right across the line. Brown got a quick, fast play of the ball. Oh, and they've bombed it. Corey Pearson was screaming towards the try line and put it down.
Oh, there was probably 6 players out here on the right-hand side for St George. Nothing really going right for them. Great breakdown there on the left-hand side. Oh, they just had to finish the pass off. Again, there's no communication. Barrett or Mundine have got to get in there and say, I want the ball, let's get it out here.
Here's how the break was made. A great ball from Tracy to Timmins, who was in a little bit of space, and then Vainikolo getting back there. Ainscough, what about this pass? He found Mackay, and in turn, once again, he found Tracy, and a good thing Vainikolo kept going in defence.
It certainly was. And once again, the St George side giving away another penalty. Well, I think that's about an 8.5 dive there. A little bit hard done by there, the big fella, Corey Pearson.
The Raiders will have a couple of tackles here before the halftime siren as Brown takes it up, Brand rather, towards the St George Illawarra 40-metre line. Here's Daly kicking, chipping for the eastern side. Mullins was tracking through, but there was no passage for him as Patton pushes away from one tackle. There's the halftime siren. Patton keeps going. A good tackle by McClendon. At half-time, the Raiders have had a very enjoyable first 40 minutes. They lead the Dragons 10-0 here at Bruce Stadium. And the St George Illawarra Dragons staring their 3rd consecutive loss right down the barrel. And it's going to be David Furner to get us underway in this second half. A big 40 minutes of football coming up for the St George Illawarra Dragons. It's David Furner gets us back in action. Mundine takes it and he hands it off to Colin Ward. Timmins a dummy half. Comes back to the blind side. Croker once again having a big night in defence for the Raiders. It's been extremely solid in their 3 games so far. Thompson works it back over towards the middle of the field. Brown gives it back to Barrett. Once again, they'll kick early in the count, as has been the tactic for most of the first half. And he'll find the touchline about 25 metres out from the Canberra line, perhaps looking for the 40-20 on that occasion. One more tackle left for the Dragons. 35 out from the Canberra line. Mundine this time with a midfield bomb. Some pressure coming up from Nagus, who went up their AFL style, and now he's into a little bit of space. He steps inside Mundine. Mullins was screaming for the ball outside Nagus, and had he been able to get it to him, it was, as they say in the classics, shut the gate.
It certainly would have. You can see Mullins, he was just coming back on side of that second player. He's still got his arms up there saying, can't you see me? I was absolutely flying down the left-hand side. Tremendous take, though.
He was up on the back of one of his own teammates. That was a marvellous catch in midair. Corvo plays it back to Wolford with McClendon now. Stepping off both feet. Oh, he went through them again. They won't get him. Patton comes across. He's a genius, this young bloke. The Raiders score early in the second half.
The catch. Here he comes up behind Pearson. Watch that take there. Oh, great stuff. And then he made the break. And he just, on the left-hand side, you'll see Mullins. He'll be flying up in a second. Here he comes, and he's already gone past. That's how quick Mullins has got. The TV cameras can't even get to him. From that break there, the little halfback, oh, he's having a wow of a game. Watch him take the ball to the line. There it is. Oh, they just stopped still, didn't they? Nathan Brown, if he kept on going forward, would have probably made the tackle, but good vision by the young halfback.
Furner with this conversion attempt from 18 metres out. He slices this one to the right-hand side of the post yet again. The Raiders on top 14-0, and McClendon gave him the shake and the bake. He froze them solid in their tracks, and they just stood there and watched him. Off the right foot, that stopped Brown. Back to the left, Colin Ward had no answers, and Patton from close range was never going to stop McClendon close to the line. The Raiders looking for the final nail, you think. Here's McClendon again. He almost got there. It was Patton rather, who came across and made a big tackle. Daly, well, a miscommunication there with Corvo. They've bombed a chance, but gee, there are some danger signs for St George Illawarra.
And they are all around the ruck area. I know they had a pretty tough game against Canterbury last week, but surely some of those tackles could have been made. The little halfback once again darted straight through as now Brown takes a run out of the dummy half area.
Gee, it looks just like the first receiver for Canberra is a protected species. The Dragons team are not putting any pressure on that first. McClendon and Laurie Daly, they're having a picnic out there.
Pearson spins it to Wainscoe, who has some yards now. Good ball back on the inside to Tracy. In turn, he found Mundine. 30 out from the Canberra line. They need to score and score quickly, you'd think. Pearson, flop back ball to Bartram. A good baller was too. Tackled by Corvo. One more tackle for the Dragons. Brown it is. Goes to the right-hand side. He had hardly anybody out there. Blacklock was the only player. What a take. Did he get the ball down? That is the question. If he did, it's a marvellous try.
Just put the little kick over the top there of Nagas. I thought Nagas had it in his hands, and then he just takes it straight out. And does he get it down before the line? That's a try. That's a try. That's a magnificent try there for Blacklock.
Yeah, a real presence of mind here from Blacklock to get up. He puts a spin in and has to get it down. Yeah, this is classy stuff from the young 22-year-old. And he's happy about it too.
I think you see if he's dropped it there, no, he's got to try.
He's forced it.
No doubt about it. Third replay there confirmed if there was any doubt before that. Oh, hang on a second.
Oh, that's a try.
I was going to say, video referee Ian Parnaby gave everybody in the commentary box at least a heart attack. I thought, he couldn't call that a no try. Blacklock is shaking his head. Now Bartram from wide out. He struck it nicely. This looks good. It's very good. Great kick from the lock forward. And Canberra now leads St George Illawarra 14 points to 6. It's so good. Let's take just one more look.
How did he do that?
Brown is there waiting at dummy half. Bartram. Heavy work there from Corvo as Bartram motored across the top of him, thrusting out the arm in the same motion. Mundine gives it off to Mackay. A chance on the right-hand side. Good work from Nagas, though, but a great ball from McGregor to Barrett. He turns it back on the inside for Blacklock. He got it to Mundine. He came to McClendon, pushed away from him. A great tackle in the end from the halfback. The Dragons are on fire. Brown, short ball for Corey Pearson. Flings it back to Brown. Numbers on the left-hand side. Blacklock turns it back to Tracy. They're in again. The Dragons are coming to get them.
What a great ball there by Anthony Mundine, but this is a better ball by McGregor. Watch him there. Gets it out there. I thought Nagas had him tied up, but the little winger and Blacklock, he's really set this up, flying down the middle of the ruck. And the tackle, I thought Mundine put himself in a great position there by McClendon was great. A quick play of the ball, and I tell you what, the whole 13 of them were virtually lining up here to score the try. I thought it was just going to be stopped right there. The ball back inside, out wide, and watch this. All the Canberra side are all sliding. No one covered the inside, which allowed Darren Tracy to go through unopposed.
That was the pass. Came back to Nathan Brown. He adjusted his run. He got back in the play, simply turned the ball inside, and it was just too easy for Darren Tracy.
This one slightly easier. Oh, and he's hooked it, though. Could have got them back within 2 points, but now they trail by just one try. Brown at dummy half. Off to Ward. There's Thompson on his outside. Hooks it back. So it bounces up nicely for Barrett. He, in turn, gives it back to Mundine. Some broken play where Mundine is so dangerous. His pass didn't find Tracy at the first attempt. And he wheels and comes back past Croker and Daly before one other Raider came to tackle him. It was Todd Payton. Now Brown again, a left foot kick on the last tackle. Some chances here. Oh, Barrett got there. No, he didn't. It was Patton in the end. Nagus took it on the full in the in goal, but Patton was coming quickly and almost came up with it. Great work by Ken Nagus.
Well, this is what they've been doing so well here tonight. I'd say that one of the St George players may have knocked it on just there. I reckon it's come off Barrett there, and that could have been, well, it was a 25-metre tap. Luke Patton was the man who knocked it on forward.
Well, the chance.
Stadium locals, exactly, Russell Fairfax. You're about to say they find their voice. Now a good kick coming in. Vainikolo getting back. Ainscough, it came off his shin, and he almost scored an unbelievable try.
Unbelievable stuff there. Great work by Nathan Brown once again to get out of the dummy half area, put the little chip over. Vainikolo, I thought he was struggling to get back there. He had plenty of pace on him, didn't he? Oh, very, very lucky, and it just bounces out. Oh, very lucky for Canberra.
Timmins will play now on the last as it comes back to Barrett. To the air they go. Andrew Hart was offside. He'll stay out of it. Oh, Barrett was flying. Mullins, once again, has been dynamic.
Oh, he's just been in great position, hasn't he? The fly very, very high there to save another try for the Canberra side. There's Barrett putting the ball up. And the big thing about it is players are getting through and putting pressure on the receiver. Oh, what about the little kid there? And Patton. He's having a little bit of a sleep on the sideline there, but great work by Mullins once again.
Now the pressure is on St George. So many chances at the other end of the field, and here they are, 80 metres away from where they need to be.
Just one-out stuff is really not helping. This is St George cause either. They're really got to try something a little bit different now as Blacklock chases the kick by Mundine. Oh, that's a great kick.
It's a great kick, but they really didn't need to use the clock up. Some precious seconds will tick by here. He was looking for the 40-20, and I think he might have done exactly that, but they're going to go to the video referee to confirm it. Sean Hampstead will ask Ian Parnaby to have a look at this one.
I think it is a 40-20. I think he was just inside the 40-metre mark. They'll get the feed here, and I'd love to see Anthony Mundine get the ball, start going across the field to see if he'd actually put some players in some holes. Well, that's easy. That's a 40-20 by a mile.
He was 6 metres on his own side of the 40-metre line, and there's the ball bouncing inside the Canberra 20, no doubt. St George, Illawarra have it. Perhaps one last chance to try and level this game up. It comes from the base of the scrum.
So that's why I can't understand a great attacking opportunity, and they put the lock forward to 5'8".
Here's Mackay now with Hart at dummy half. They go back to the right-hand side. It comes from Barrett, stepping off his right foot. He takes the tackle. Brown again at dummy half. Still tackles left for them. Mundine is first receiver. Shows it to Tracy. He has Timmins outside him. Gives it away to Ainscough. Vainikolo made perhaps the most important tackle of the match for him, and then bundles Ainscough across the touchline. That might be the game right there. 4 gone for the Raiders as they work it towards the halfway line. McClendon wastes no time and kicks early in the count to catch Blacklock up close to the defensive line. He goes back to his own 10-metre line. They've got less than 50 seconds left now, and they've got 90 metres to travel. Ainscough stands in the tackle. They need some magic. They've got the men to do it. Are they capable? Here's Timmins, hemmed in on this left-hand side of Bruce Stadium, tackled by Croker. His 30th tackle of the game, and he's playing in the centres. Brown gives it back to Timmins. He chips for himself. It comes down to Vainikolo. Timmins picks it up. He gets it back to Brown, who did marvellously well to pick it up.
Unbelievable stuff there by Timmins. Like I said, playing in the centres. I don't think he'll be missing there next week. Barrett sends the ball back aside to Nathan Brown.
It comes down to Colin Ward, 30 metres out. Seconds ticking down, not many of them left. Inside the last 10 seconds of the game. St George, Illawarra to the death, trying. Brown goes to the air. Going back is Mabon, leaping high and taking it in marvellous fashion was Ron Wishart. He has scored an incredible try and tied this ball game up.
The kicking boots of Brown have been absolutely sensational. You'll see Rod Mabon, he's coming across the screen. He can't see Wishart where he's coming from. He turns his body, goes over for a great Illawarra St George try.
Well, it was their last chance, and I guess Rod Wishart is saying, hey, guys, you cannot leave me out of this football side now. Here's our first points of the season. Simple take, and there's the spin again. 2 spins and 2 tries for St George. This time it was Wishart, and he's pretty pleased about it, let me tell you.
14 all. Wayne Bartram can win the game with this kick. Time has expired. The Dragons are waiting back, watching this kick on the halfway line. Bartram from 18 metres out. He strikes it nicely. St George Illawarra win for the first time in their premiership lives.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. You can see the players. They knew they had to win here tonight. 16-14 in the dying seconds of the match, and the supporters have gone mad. The players have gone mad. They're all so happy because this is what they needed to turn this season around.
What a load off the shoulders it must be. You can tell Barrett there, grabbed by Wayne Bartram. What a pressure kick, and he struck it absolutely beautifully. There's been so much talk in the past couple of weeks about disunity in the camp. It has been dispelled here at Bruce Stadium tonight.